Okay, first up is You Hungry?
Send you here for life, that's exactly what they take.
Manners maketh man.
All right, this turned out really good. There's a lot of improvements here. I'm not going to spend time on the title because we've talked about that quite a lot. But let's just jump into the main piece. And yeah, I think just the town looks good. It's got some nice cast shadows and things are looking good. I think if you wanted to improve here, you could. I see that you posed this hand. Maybe if that hand was a little more posed, or maybe if they weren't just perfectly straight and symmetrical, maybe leaning on one side, having a bent knee, that kind of thing. I think it looks like you partially fixed the texture on this in that it's not swimming anymore, but I think it could be further improved by making it less shiny. It's extreme. It's almost like it's like metallic coppery. So if you just go into your material and turn down the specular color to something much lower than that, it wouldn't be so shiny. Yeah, it was nice to see the quote incorporated, which is good. There was something a little funny here. I feel like there was some kind of error where where is it? This shot coming up here. I think, yeah, that over the shoulder went by so fast, and that clock tower went by so fast. So yeah, it gets maybe a little too fast there. So I would say I'm not really sure what this next shot is doing for you because there's no action here. So I might just cut that out and maybe hold that clock tower. It's nice that you got the reflections in the eyes of this character. That looks good on Blaine. And I like the hand flexing there. This I would call a bit of a jump cut. It's one shot of a hand, cut to another shot of a hand from a different angle, which is just sort of an unusual choice. I probably wouldn't have gone with that, but it's alright. But yeah, a series of nice, quick, sort of dramatic shots. I think it's a really nice touch that you added the flashes and the smoke and all that. That was really good, and the blood splatters, that turned out well. And then you added yet another quote here at the end. So, definitely turned out well, and lots of attention to detail and improvements. So, good job on this. Next up is Rhys. So, yeah, again, I'm not going to spend time on that opener. But I like the opening shot. It's an interesting camera kind of swinging around with stuff in the foreground and kind of end up in a good place. You got, you know, some good cast shadows, so the rendering worked out good. And characters came together. The camera angles are all good. I like this finger twitching stuff you've got going on here. And you've got, you know, some eye animation here. And I like this mustache twitch. It's a nice touch. And, you know, nice accurate, you know, sort of vertical pulling out of the gun before it fires. And I like the subtle, but I noticed the kickback to the gun there. If you watch that again, you can see that he reacts to the firing of the gun, which is good. You see the body go back, and when it was timed with the audio, that was a bit over time. You know, kind of works well with the audio there. And then, yeah, and a good fall. He accelerates as he's falling. This was really nice. You got it kind of carefully spinning the gun around the finger. And this was really funny and clever and unexpected. Getting this whole, I've never seen anybody do this before. Where like they had a whole major set piece collapses on it. I thought it was great. I thought it was really funny and different. And just the anticipation of it, where it's falling out, and he doesn't even notice and crushes it. It's good. And then all the pieces falling down and the extra sound effects. It was great. Yeah, really nice job on that. As far as stuff you could improve, I mean, there's always little touches. You know, you can add a little bit more to that walk. Maybe have a little kind of side-to-side movement of the hips. Maybe some shoulder and hips twisting, just a little bit. You know, it's very kind of straight and flat. Maybe a little bit more movement here, so he's not so frozen for these guys. Some animation on that shot, like you got there, some movement on there. Maybe some body movement here, so his body's not frozen. Have like the clock tick on there. Maybe a little bit of body movement, so you know, animating the root, so it's not just the arm movement there. But despite the areas for improvement, you know, this was a nice, good, clever piece and good finish. Next up is Ashley.
What the hell?
That's good. Really funny surprise ending there. So yeah, the opener is really good, but we spent enough time on that. I think maybe this opening camera, I guess it's good. Yeah, I mean, I understand you weren't able to render it, but it'd be great to see it rendered. And I like that you took to heart getting the characters moving more. I can see there, there's sort of this kind of breathing movement. You might want to just try to have it a little bit more, intentional, where besides just kind of floating up and down, that there's sort of like, you kind of mostly hold still, and then there's like a bigger movement, like when they do something like shift weight or bend a knee or twist or something like that. But all that said, it's really good that you got some movement on there. And I really like the blanket look. It was like a genuine look of surprise. and the quote there was funny, and then his dance is really funny, and the sound effect you put with that was perfect. Let's just watch that one more time.
What the hell?
And that like little head tilt was really good timing on this guy. It was funny. A little nod and confirming. Funny. Really good. Nice twist at the end. Yeah, I think that came together really well. I mean, the biggest thing is if you could just get it rendered, I think it'd be a much more finished looking piece as far as area for improvement. There's always more you could do in the animation, but I think as far as just sort of cleverness and storytelling and timing, you did a really good job. Next up is Cody. All right. Yeah, that turned out well. Like I said, like the others, I won't spend time on that title because we talked about that a lot. The opening render looks good. You got some nice shadows, but they're not too dark. Yeah. But it's still fairly contrasty, like a bright lit summer day. I think the character's got a good, unique look to it that you've got in there. It is working really well. And I like this shot with the boot in the foreground, the character in the background. That worked out well. Some good facial expressions going on, and blinks and stuff. That turned out nice. This is a really finer point, but you wouldn't tend to see the hour hand move, which is the shorter one. You would tend to see the minute hand move, but that's not a good. Yeah, nice animation on the draw flick on there. I felt like this pause was too long, but you could probably just trim that out, where it's like here and then cut and then remove all this until the draw is right there. So I think you can trim out some of those frames. I like the spin there, that's a nice touch. And I'm guessing this is all supposed to be slow motion. If it is, then that's good, because it looks like slow motion. I like that you got this kind of spectator character involved at the end, although, again, with all of these, try to move the root of the character, don't just move the arms and those kinds of things. But, yeah, some areas for improvement on the animation, but overall, this turned out well, and a nice ending to it as well. Next up is Marcus. Okay, nice work on that. Oh, that's a nice thank you too. That's good. So, let's go back to here. It's a good opening shot. You got the render working with cast shadows, so that's good. Character looks really good that you've done. I like that you got some body movement there. They're just gonna move in there alive. That's nice. Squint looks good, and the facial expression, emote stuff. Got the clock ticking. And I think you did a nice job of speeding up the hand movements and got a little kickback to the gun. Although I thought the kickback on the bearded man was a little bit delayed. Well, maybe it was alright. Yeah, look at the delay compared to the sound effect. And I think it's really good you got this guy falling, but his fall looked a little floaty in slow motion. I think you can have him drop quicker than you did immediately. But what I like is nice, if you notice, is he falls and hits, and then right here there's the arm drop afterward, which is a nice touch. And the spin's really good. Yay! Yeah, it's turned out nice. So yeah, I think there's some additional touches you can do in the animation, but it turned out well. Good job. Next up is Brittany. Okay, and here we are in the Maya file. It's like there's just the one perspective view, so I guess there's not any camera animation, is that right? And it looks like, from what I can tell, you just have the show, okay, you've got that guy walking and her walking, but they're a little bit offset from each other, so you might want to fix the timing of her animation. So that it starts at the same time. Well, yeah, I mean, you got a ways to go. I would start with the cameras, and got the camera animated to kind of use the camera to tell a story, and then get in there and work on the animation. So yeah, it's a start, but keep going.